themes that Spirit tells me to choose, and this one is a personal favorite because I love being true to my divine purpose. My intention is to change billions of people's lives for the better and to bring healing to humanity, to end child abuse, and to clean up the war between the sexes so that we have alchemy and balance inside of our own beings. And I start with you. Because loving you means that you're going to turn around and love up the people around you. So our success is exponential. So you surrendering your fear today is community service to the planet. It's not just a personal thing, because you affect all of us. You have a piece of the puzzle that we need. You wouldn't even be here right now. You wouldn't have signed up for this shift if you didn't have the spiritual capacity to rise to the occasion. So today we're going to set you up, dust you off, and stand you up by the heart, and call you forth and lift you up by the Spirit. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. This is the tapping thing that we're going to be doing. It looks ridiculous and it works amazingly well. I'm aware that it looks ridiculous. It's okay. It's hard to believe that sitting in a pile of dust, tapping on your face and talking to yourself would do much good. But that is exactly what we're going to do. And it's rocket fuel. It's the fast forward button through, not around, not over, not under, but straight through the middle, which is the shortcut. Through all of that processing that is so unsavory that we avoid it as much as we can. The emotional body, which is what we're dealing with in this workshop, is your interface between the spiritual truth, meaning your glorious soul and your real capacity, and the actual version that you're living. And the only reason you're not living at maximum capacity yet is because of the fear and insecurity, doubt, self-esteem, abandonment, betrayal, and abuse that is still clogging the nervous system from being banged around in a very unhealthy culture, raised by people who were also banged around in an unhealthy culture, doing the best they could, but passing on generation after generation after generation of cultural conditioning and child abuse. So we're going to clean out a huge chunk of that so that that beautiful interior space can be used for something more creative, more empowering, and more useful. Does that sound good?
Yes.
So EFT starts with three things. Well, it has three components. A physical component where we tap with our fingertips on the meridians of the body. The meridians are the little lines as like wires that go through the body that take the auric energy out of the field. The chakras funnel it down into the body, and then the chakras feed the meridians. The meridians are what the Chinese acupuncturists use to stick needles in. This is a three-dimensional map of the meridian system. She's going to get lobbed into the audience because she loves to be handled well naked and show you where the meridian points are. But we're going to be flushing every single point, internal and external, where the meridians run. So imagine it like a big long thread that sews the body together, or a wiring system that goes through your house. The house connects to the power source outside, runs it in, the wires spread it out. We're going to go to the outlets and tap on those outlets, looking for where you've blown fuses. And then we're going to toggle back and forth on the fuse box until the power comes back in. So we're going to tap on the meridian points. And as we tap on those points, you might feel some interesting sensations because we're going from 0 to warp speed through the emotional body, and you might not be used to processing that quickly because it's not something you normally see people do. So I'm going to prepare you for what you may or may not experience during this workshop. Laughing, crying, belching, farting. Farts outside are free. Waves of energy traveling through the body. You might feel tingling. You might feel little pains rolling through the body where you've been harboring a few cockroaches and now the light's coming in and those things are scrambling out of you. You might have sudden memories and make connections that you've never made before. Understanding yourself and having profound downloads. Those are all normal for this work. Some of you might feel deeply sleepy, more sleepy than you do now, like the sudden urge to check out and pass out. I'm also going to ask you to fully participate. We came to Burning Man to participate. If you don't do the work as directed, following these instructions, you won't get the results. And I want you to have an actual experience of what you're capable of. So please honor me and this work by just following along and playing this little game we're going to play for the next couple of hours, curiously experimenting with your own capacity. Deal? Yeah. I can't hear you. That didn't sound very committed. Are you up for playing 100% full on? Yeah. Great. 'Cause this is not a spectator sport today. I really seriously need the room for the people coming in. If you're just here to watch, go to my website. This is really about taking you all the way through the eye of the needle and getting you home, powered up and on fire for your own true nature. So we're going to tap on the meridians. I'm about to show you where they are. We're going to do some deep breathing so that you can process more quickly with less wear and tear and stress on the body. You can have a full-blown meltdown and fit in 2 or 3 breaths without making your eyes all red and tired or wailing your guts out and losing your voice. As long as you will relax to the sensations and the experience of emotion in your body, you will process stuff that you might have been working on for years within a few breaths and be done. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes. Well, you're about to see that it is. You might feel like you've been given a low dose of an organic psychedelic substance during this process. I assure you we have not pumped the air full of that, okay? It's all you. I'm not healing anyone. It's not my own magical healing power, although I do love you. I'm teaching you how to go direct so that it's sustainable and you're empowered when you walk out of here to keep going. We will be doing then the psychological part, which is doing a search function, Googling for the blockages, the limitations, anything that tells you you can't or you don't know or you shouldn't. And each time I'm going to ask you to admit to yourself and read that corrupt file that comes up when you search for, why can't I do this? Why am I scared? What's holding me back? There's going to be information that comes up when you do that search function. And as we're tapping and bringing empathy into the situation, those corrupt files will be opened, read, edited, and resaved. And some of them will just be deleted, no longer necessary. That program is no longer good. And you're going to reprogram yourself with your own design, your own desire for yourself, so that your subconscious is in agreement with your conscious decision of who you want to be and how you want to show up and how big of a game you want to play on this planet. When I say big, I'm not saying, oh, you all need to go out and heal millions of people. I'm saying a big game like I walk around with my heart on, my eyes open, my roots in the ground, my crown connected to the universe, loving up whoever's in front of me, whether that's a pot of soup, a child, a man, a woman, or a beautiful living situation where I'm just keeping that space clean and clear. Okay? We all clean up our own backyards, the whole world transforms. Many hands make light work. We start with you because this is the thing you have most control over. And as you learn to master your thoughts and your energy and listen to your spirit, taking notes and following those simple instructions dictated by your own destiny, you come into your power and into your noble, sacred, divine service. And others like you will bond with you, attracting like, and we weave our magic together and we uplift this planet and transform our cities and towns and villages and rewrite life on earth, creating heaven on earth together. We're at that place now. It's not, wouldn't it be nice? It's we're going to do it or we're not going to make it. So we're going to do it. Body, mind, and spirit. Tapping, talking to ourselves about reading these corrupt files. Okay, here's what I've been thinking. Okay, no judgment, no more fear, just hanging out with there it is. Empathy, the spiritual component. Unconditional love, acceptance, 30 seconds of it's kind of okay for now. We'll clean out a nervous system. So you're going to practice using the part of you that might be weak. You might not be good at practicing unconditional love on yourself yet. So that's my job, is to help you build that muscle like a spiritual aerobics teacher. Huffing, breathing, and moving through layers of fear until you got this. Ready? Learning the points. Massage the front of the chest. Press around until you find some tender spots in the front of your chest. You're going to find a sore spot there. It's more tender than the surrounding tissue. It might be in your upper breast tissue, might be in your lymph system. Feel around until you're like, ooh, that's a little tender. Got it? That's the start button. This helps reset your nervous system, opens the well of emotions, gets the left and right hemisphere of your brain, the masculine and the feminine, to be in relationship to each other instead of at war with each other. You want a good relationship out there? You need to have a good relationship in here first. Okay? So this is the first point. The second point is eyebrows. Tapping on the beginning of your eyebrows. If you've got glasses or goggles, this is that time to take them off. It's not too bright here. If you can stand the sun, you're going to need these points around your eyes. So tapping on the beginning of your eyebrow, right on the eyebrow, the furry little caterpillar laying over your eye. Big breath, big sigh. Open those jaws. I want to hear that sigh. One more time with feeling. Tapping the edge of your temples, right at the edge of your eye sockets, on that bony part. Good. Tapping the front of the cheeks, right here, front of the cheekbones. Again, big noisy sigh. Tapping under the nose and above the lip. So far you've been clearing bladder, gallbladder, and stomach meridians. Now you're clearing something called the governing meridian, which goes over the top of your head and down your spine to your tailbone. Tapping under your lips. Now there's a band of energy that goes from under your lips, down through the middle of your body to your genitals, and wraps around to meet the one that we just ended with above your lips. It makes a full circle there. Big sigh. Tap your chest. You've got about 12 points in the front of your chest going in these vertical lines like this. See if you can find them all randomly by just tapping around on the front of your chest and breathing. Beautiful. Tap the front of your ribs, bottom of the rib cage. Last couple of ribs directly beneath the nipple line. Okay? Right at the edge of your rib cage, on the bones themselves. Big breath, big sigh. next points are the side seam of the body, nipple height, side seam of the body. You can tap with the back of your fingers, or you can cross your arms and tap like this, depending on the size of your bosoms or your costume limitations. Okay? Now you're going to tap the inside of your wrist. So put your hand up, move your hand up and down, feel that little bone moving. Put your fingers on your wrist. Feel a wrist bone popping up and down. It's going to be directly under the pinky side of your hand. Tap on that bone and straight across like you're wearing a wristband. This is a heart point. So on your torso, you were clearing liver and gallbladder. And now you're clearing a heart point. Tap the side of your thumb by putting your hand in a karate chop position, looking down, tapping on the upper edge of your thumbnail. Okay? Right? It's going to be the palm side of your thumbnail. Okay? Good. Big breath, big sigh, small intestines. Come on, I want to hear that sigh. Let's go. Good. You need to practice so that when waves of energy and emotion are moving, you know what to do and you don't clam down and try to restore this old crap in your nervous system. Okay, tap your index finger. Big breath, big sigh, same place at the edge of your fingernail. Big breath. Good. See, these are all points that we grab and bite or chew or tap when we're distressed. We press our chest, we press here, we go like this, we rub our faces, we chew our nails or press on the side of our fingernails because we're trying to restore our balance. Our bodies know how to do this, and now we're just going to do it consciously, fast forwarding it. Now, tapping you're tapping the index finger. Go to the middle finger. This is the genital and womb reproductive system and heart protector, because it just so happens that your genitals and your heart are supposed to be connected. Now tap the bottom of your fourth finger. It's the opposite side of the finger that we've been doing so far. So spread your fingers. This is the finger you would wear a wedding ring on. Good. Tapping the bottom side, which is the side between the little finger and the bottom of the fourth finger. Okay? Big breath, make some sound. This is your triple warmer. It controls you and your relationship to perceived other, the environment, the temperature, Burning Man, this workshop. Tap your little finger back to the original side. This is another heart point. Big breath, big noisy sigh. Tapping the side of your hand, the place where you would karate chop something. Big breath, big sigh. Great, we're almost done learning the points. Now you're going to tap the top of your head, the sides of your head behind your ears, and the back of your skull, base of your head. Big breath, there's 100 points in there, find them all. This decalcifies the pineal gland, activates higher crown chakra function, clears the reptilian brain, and helps reset the limbic imprint, which is what you got from childhood when you were unfiltered and just absorbing emotions, feelings, and information from the people around you. Okay, now you can rest for a second. You've just learned all the tapping points. Not too hard, right? And those same points, for example, the ones in the thumbs, go all the way down the side of the body and end up in the big toes. Next finger, next toe. Next finger, next toe. Little finger, little toe. The whole meridians are mapped out also in the eyes. The teeth each have a meridian that run to them, and points in the ears, the hands, the feet. So after you get really good at learning to move your consciousness this way, you can begin to expand your practice by using this tapping consciousness while dancing, for example, while your meridians are being stimulated through movement and dance or exercise, or biking across the playa. Facing your fears on your way to your next destination. Telling yourself you love and accept yourself anyway. Come to your destination clean, fresh, rebooted, empowered, transformed. Using the gaps between events to process. You can do this in the shower. I love naked tapping. Wash your hair, wash your brain out at the same time. Processing, get out of the shower clean and ready. Internally and externally. So there's lots of ways that you can use this. So those are the tapping points. I'm going to quickly go over an easy way for you to remember them. Put your hand on your forehead, on your eyebrow. When you're at home, like, where were those tapping points again? You can go to my website, but you can also just make this question mark across your face and remember. Ready? Eyebrow, temple, front of the cheek, under the nose, under the chin, down to the front of the chest. You see that question mark we just made? Like this? Where are the tapping points? Front of the ribs, side of the ribs. Inside of the wrist, thumb, finger, finger, bottom of the fourth finger, little finger, side of the hand, top of the head. Big breath. Let's do it again. Question mark pattern. Eyebrow, temple, front of the cheek, under the nose, under the lips, front of the chest, front of the rib cage, side of the rib cage, inside of the wrist, thumb, finger, finger, bottom of the fourth finger, little finger, side of the hand, top of the head. One more time. You've almost memorized it, haven't you? Eyebrow, temple, front of the cheek, under the nose, under the lips, chest, front of the ribs, side of the ribs, inside of the wrist, thumb, finger, finger, bottom of the fourth finger, little finger, side of the hand, top of the head. Got it. It's in. You got it. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good. You're smart people. You can do this. All right. So those are the tapping points. Now we're going to get to the psychological part. This is where you get to test and see if what I'm telling you is real, or is it just another woo-woo fairy moment at Burning Man. Okay. So here's where you're going to choose to ask yourself some questions. The first question is, what is my divine purpose? And when I feel into you, I feel a lot of I'm not sure, I don't know, some confusion and some fear. Would that be accurate? I only got a piece of it and I don't really understand how to expand it. But you feel that fear that comes up as soon as you ask that? Why does that question feel so risky? When it's actually such an important thing to know. Why you're on the planet. Let's start with why I'm here. I'm pretty sure I'll get where I'm going if I remember why I came here and what the assignment was. So notice the level of discomfort you have or the level of fogginess. And I want you to assess from 0 to 10, how intense is it inside you if you really let yourself sink into that question? How intense do you think it would be? Or maybe you can connect right now and say, this is how intense it is. I want you to tune in and feel it. And if it's not intense, scary, maybe it's just like, how remote and like foggy and spacey is it? 10 would be, it's like that whiteout we were in yesterday. Okay? And 1 is like, I got this. In which case, we'll find another growth edge for you. So tune in and find out how intense it is for you to ask yourself this question. How much do you want to check out right now? That would be another way to measure intensity. It's like space out distractedness. Okay, so how intense is that? Shout out some numbers from 0 to 10 so I know where you're at. 7, 9, 8, 6, 3. Great. All right. So we're going to move you, and another way to assess would be to say what I asked you at the beginning. From 1% to 100%, how much are you fully engaged in living your divine purpose to the hilt right now. 100% is both feet in, 100% committed. It's what I think about. It's what I do all the time. I've got the funding. I've got the team. We are on top of it. We are moving it forward. What are those numbers? What percentage are you engaged in that? 60, 40, 70, 30, 10? It's okay. All right. So I'm asking you those numbers so you have a reference point to see if this makes any difference in the next hour or so, okay? All right. So now I'm going to tap with you, giving you some words to help you navigate your consciousness. If the words I'm using don't ring true for your experience, you say what does ring true, okay? Even if it's the exact opposite of what everybody else is saying. Agreed? Yes. Honoring yourself and your truth, yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. So now we're going to begin to tap. So I'm offering you some words. It's call and response. Massage the front of your chest. Big, deep breath. Repeat after me. Even though a part of me isn't completely clear about my purpose, I've got some fear and pain around this. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the eyebrows and breathe. Big sigh. Tap the temples. Not entirely clear. Tap the cheeks. Part of me doesn't really want to know. Tap under the nose. I love and accept myself. Shout it out. Tap under the lips. Even though I'm not entirely clear about my divine purpose. Do this with me, please. Really. Or surrender your seat to someone else. Because I love you that much.
Thank you for loving me.
Tap your chest. Part of me isn't entirely clear. Part of me doesn't even want to go here. I barely made it to this workshop. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the front of the ribs. I love and respect myself. Even with this resistance about my divine purpose. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the side of the ribs. This resistance. Why do I resist knowing? Tap the inside of the wrists. Ask yourself 3 times out loud. Go. Why do I resist knowing? 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 Big breath, make some sound. Tap the side of your thumb. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Even though I'm terrified of being in my power. Big breath, make some sound. Tap your index finger. This fear of being in my power. Big breath, make some sound. Tap your middle finger. This fear of being in my power. I love and accept myself. Even if I stay terrified. Till the day I die. Big breath. Tune in. Do you want to stay terrified till the day you die? How much longer were you planning to wait? Tap the bottom of your 4th finger. This fear. I accept the part of me that's absolutely terrified. And doesn't want any more information about my purpose. Big breath and make some sound. Keep tapping right here with me, Brad. Loving, tapping. Good job. Tap your little finger. I love and respect myself. Even if I secretly don't. Big breath, make some sound. Tapping the side of your hand, right here. Yes, I'm checking and keeping an eye on you. I love and respect myself. Even though part of me wants to shut down. Because I'm so terrified. Terrified I can't do it. Terrified I'll fail. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the top of the head. This fear, I can't do it. If I don't know it, I can't do it. And then I won't fail. See how smart I am? Big breath, make some sound. Eyebrows, this fear. Tap the temples. Part of me just wants to check out right now. Tap the cheeks. Part of me wants to run away. Big breath. Give yourself some empathy for wanting to check out or run away. Tap under the nose. I love and respect myself. Even if I'm scared. Tap under the lips. Part of me wants to go to sleep. Can't I just forget about my purpose? Just be here to have some fun. Make a little love, eat some food. Hang out with some people. Tap the chest. I love and accept myself. Tap the front of the ribs. Even if part of me's scared that I'm not good enough. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the side of the ribs. I'm secretly terrified I'm not enough. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the inside of the wrist. This fear. I'm terrified that I'm inadequate. That I'll never be strong enough. Smart enough. Patient enough. Or durable enough. Breathe and freak out. Very good. Tap the side of your thumb. I love and accept myself. Even if I'm secretly freaked out. I love and forgive myself. Even though I want to stop tapping. Because I'm already feeling threatened. Tap your index finger and breathe. Tap your middle finger. Why am I afraid of being my true self? And activating my true power. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I came here for a reason, or I wouldn't have grown a body. Is that true? Have you ever seen anything in nature that didn't have a purpose? Well, if nature works that way, where every single thing has a purpose, is it possible that you do too, as a part of nature? Would that be logical? Yes. Did nature create you? Are you filled with like natural, like organic body you got here? You're not a created machine, right? You're a natural occurring critter. Critter. Yes, burning critters. Tap your little finger. And each of us critters has a purpose. Tap the side of the hand. I love and accept myself. And I'm releasing my fear of my purpose. Even though it might change everything. Big breath, big sigh. Tap the top of the head. Y'all feel some energy moving in your body yet? Tap the top of your head, the sides of your head. This might change everything. Tap the eyebrows. And a part of me knows that. Tap the temples. Now, if you're not saying the words and you're just tapping to keep from getting in trouble by me, I'll let you know that your subconscious is listening. And the reason why we say it out loud is to actually get those folders in your neural networks, in your data banks, your memory banks to open. So it may seem silly and you might feel resistance. Ask yourself why you came here if you came here to sit and resist the process. What's the point? Tap into the nose. I love and accept myself. Even if I'm protecting this part of my subconscious. By only doing this halfway. Tap the chest. I love and respect myself. Even if I'm scared of admitting to myself how scared I am. Tap the front of the ribs and breathe. Tap the side of the ribs. I'm trying to hold on to my old identity because it's what I'm familiar with. Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm trying to hold on to my old identity. It's what feels safe. Big breath and make some sound. Tapping the side of the thumb. This old identity. I'm so used to being who I am. I don't want to change too much. Tap the index finger. I might not recognize myself. Tap the middle finger. Did I come to Burning Man to be untouched and unchanged? What's the answer? No. Good. Did you come here to throw yourself into the sacred internal fire? Yes. Good. Don't go jump into the man thing later. That's not what I'm saying. It's about this sacred fire right here. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. I came here to transform myself. I'm my own art piece. Big breath, make some sound. Tap your little finger. I love and accept myself. Even though I've been hanging back. Playing small. Pretending I don't know why I'm here. And being terrified of asking more questions about it. Big breath. Make some sound. Very good. Now it's working. Thank you. Tap the top of your head. I love and forgive myself. Even if I stay terrified. Tap the eyebrows. I'm releasing this fear. Tap the temples. This fear of my divine purpose. Tap the cheeks. Why does it scare me? Tap into the nose. Part of me really wants to fulfill it. Tune in to that part of you that really wants to fulfill it. Tap under the lips. Do you feel that part of you that's burning and aching? And that won't let you rest because it's so important? There is not a pain greater than not fulfilling your soul's purpose, I guarantee you. Tap the chest. And that's why I love and respect you as creative beings, because you're constantly listening and trying to respond to it, and it is terrifying. Until it's not. Tap the front of the ribs. Part of me feels unfulfilled. And that makes me feel anxious and tired. Tap the side of the ribs. That makes me feel irritable. And I'm looking for sensations to stuff in that hole. Tap inside of the wrist. Ways to entertain and distract myself. To numb myself from the knowing. Tap the side of the thumb and forgive yourself for that. For all the ways you've distracted and numbed to keep from knowing who you are and where you're going and why you're here, which are all quite knowable. Tap the index finger. I love and respect myself. Even if part of me only wants a little of this information. Tap the index finger and breathe. Make some sound. Tune into that part that only wants a little bit of information. Tap your middle finger. It's safe for me to do this. No matter how long I've been avoiding this topic. Or how careful I feel like being right now. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Tune into that part of you that feels really vulnerable and wants to be really careful. Like, oh my God, are we really going to go here? Ugh. Tap your little finger. It's okay. I accept the part of me that feels vulnerable and careful right now. Tap the side of the hand. It's just trying to protect me from popping into my full power and activating my birthright. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the top of the head. I'm afraid of all the work that knowing my purpose might require. Tune in and see if you're afraid of that work, so you're just trying to avoid it and play hooky there by not knowing. Tap the side of your head and the back of the head. This fear of how much work it might be. Tap the eyebrows. I don't want to work that hard. Tap the temples. I've already worked hard enough in my life. Tune in and see, are you shutting down right now? Oh my gosh, I was. Tap the cheeks. I love and respect myself. Even if I'm afraid of the work. Tap under the lips. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the chest. It might take everything I've got. Big breath. Tap the front of the ribs. It might take everything I've got. It might take more than I've got. Tap the side of the ribs. I love and forgive myself. Even if I'm terrified of the work. Tap the inside of the wrist. Now tune in and just listen for a second. How would you rather go out of this world? Knowing that you gave it everything you got and you at least got it moving, or you got it to some far point, or just sort of like, I basically bailed because I was afraid of the work and I kind of slacked off and wrestled with my own soul and felt miserable until I died. Because those are pretty much your two options. Sorry. I didn't design it. It's just how it is. Tap the side of the thumb, because you have a restless soul that won't be satisfied unless you're on your edge, on your growth edge. Which is where that ache and that yearn and that push to grow and learn and try and strive and create and become comes from. Tap your index finger. So I'm going to suggest that you go with that urge and see what happens. Because the only way to make sure you fail is by not putting your whole self into it. Or not starting at all. That is for sure going to get you nowhere. So if you're afraid of failing, you're actually creating the failing with the fear of failing. Does that make sense? Tap the middle finger. I'm allowing myself to release the idea that I can't do it. I'm open to the possibility of beginning to understand my purpose. Understanding it at the next level. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. I'm allowed to have information now. Images. Visions. Instant knowing. Clarity. Direction. Focus. Symbols. Words. Feelings. Information. About where I'm going. And what I'm here to do. Tap your little finger, breathe. Right here. This point right here on the little finger, the inside edge of the pinky. Okay, good. Tap the side of the hand. I love and accept myself. Even if Part of me still wants to check out. Because my ego feels really threatened. Tap the top of the head. I'm allowed to begin to know. I'm allowed to know at the next level. Shout it like your life depends on it. I'm allowed to know at the next level. Big breath, make some sound. God, I love you. There's hope for this world. Tap the eyebrows. I'm allowing myself to activate my divine purpose. Tap the cheeks, even if part of me is still holding back. Tap under the nose. Why am I holding back? Tap under the lips. Why am I holding back? Tap your chest. Why would I want to hold back this? Listen for the truth. So right now, I want you to listen for the truth. The part of you that's like, oh, I need to be somewhere else right now. Really? What could be more important than you getting down with your soul? Woo! Tap the front of your ribs. So when you ask yourself, why am I afraid to really know and to go here? What's the answer? Blurt it out. 1, 2, 3, go. Tap the side of the ribs. I'm afraid of what others will think of me. Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm afraid of what I'll think of myself. Tap the side of the thumb. I'm afraid of what others will think of me. If I stand up and stick my neck out and say, we're going this way. Tap your index finger and breathe. Tap the middle finger. I'm scared to take leadership. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I love and forgive myself. Even if I'm scared to stand up. Download my inner truth. And do the work. Big breath, make some sound. Tap your little finger. This resistance. I'm so doubtful. Tap the side of the hand. This doubt. Tune into the part of you that doubts whether you have a purpose or doubts whether you can do the purpose you know you have. Tune into that doubt. How intense is it from 0 to 10? I accept this doubt. Breathe and do it. Now just open up your beautiful heart to this little wad of angry doubt and hang out with your little buddy. Little buddy doubt, just trying to keep you looking good. Making sure people don't laugh at you. Making sure they like you. Making sure that you look good on Facebook. Tap the top of the head. This doubt. This is trying to protect me from looking like an idiot. Tap the eyebrows. This doubt. What will they think? Tap the cheeks. This doubt. Tap under the nose. If I deny that I have a purpose, I can get out of it. Tap under the lips and breathe. Tap the chest. I've been taught to doubt by my family. Tap the front of the ribs. I've been taught to doubt by my relatives. Tap the side of the ribs. I've been taught to doubt by my culture. Tap the inside of the wrist and breathe. Tap the side of the thumb. So just listening for a second. So if you were raising a child and you constantly berated them with telling them that they were stupid, that they could never do it, that they were wrong, that they shouldn't even begin, that they should just hang it up and throw the race, how well do you think that child would do? Tap the index finger. How well do you think you do when that voice is going off in your head telling you to hang it up before you even start? Tap the index finger and breathe. Tap the middle finger. Even if a part of me has this doubt, another part of me wants to succeed. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I accept this part that doubts. It's just trying to protect me. Keep me safe. Keep me from growing up. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the little finger. I accept this doubt. The doubt that says I'm incapable. The doubt that says you'll probably fail. The doubt that says what? Fill in the blank for yourself. Say that 3 or 4 times. Go. Say that same sentence. Beautiful. Good job. Tap the top of the head. I accept this doubt. Even though I've been running from it, numbing it and avoiding it. Trying to make it go away. Because it makes my body tremble. It stops my voice from being clear and accurate. Tap the eyebrows. I love and forgive myself. Tap the temples, even with this remaining doubt about my divine purpose. Tap the cheeks, breathe, and Google the remaining doubt about your divine purpose. Where is it in your body? Where do you feel it? Shout it out. Tap into the nose. I feel this fear in my where? Tap under your lips. Where do you feel that fear in your body? Tap your chest. This fear that I feel where? Send some love without trying to change the fear. Just love right to where the fear is living in your body. 3 breaths. Keep sending love to that location. This fear. This fear in my, say where it is. Say it 3 or 4 times. Go. This fear in my. Big breath, make some sound. Do you feel it changing? What are you noticing happens when you put love on top of the fear?
Just a coating.
Shout it out.
Just a coating.
It's melting, it's releasing. What happens when you feed fire with fire? Double fire. What happens if you put water on fire? Fire goes out. Tap the front of the ribs. Is it possible that you've been feeding doubt with doubt, trying to suppress it? Feeding fear with fear? I'm afraid of the fear. The opposite of fear is love. So we're going to ask you to put the opposite of the negative, which is a very positive vibrational feeling, on top of the fear without trying to change it at all. Just overlay those 2 things. Tap the side of the ribs. I accept the part of me that's terrified. Tap the inside of your wrist. Terrified of knowing and acting full on with my divine purpose. Tap the side of the thumb. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the index finger. Closing your eyes, asking yourself again, what is my true purpose? Ask it 3 times. Tap your middle finger, listen for an answer, and breathe. Repeat the answer in your head. Whatever just flashed, it might have been a color, a shape, a word, a feeling. Repeat it 3 times inside yourself. so that you've got a bead on it. You're tracking this little scrap of information because it's going to lead you to the next clue. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. Repeat it out loud. My divine purpose has something to do with what? Tap your little finger and say it again. My divine purpose has something to do with what? Tap this side of the hand. It's safe for me to know this and to feel the truth of this. This truth is coming through me. And it's safe for me to have more information. Big breath and relax towards the fear that's coming up inside you. Tap the top of the head. I accept this fear. This fear that I picked up when I was how old? Tune in. How long have you been afraid of knowing why you're in the world and what you're here to do? Tap the eyebrows. This fear. Tap the temples. This remaining fear. Tap the cheeks. This remaining fear. Tap under the nose. I accept that I've been afraid since I was how old? Tap under the lips. Afraid I wouldn't get it right. Tap your chest. Afraid I would mess it all up. Tap the front of the ribs. Afraid I wouldn't have the support. Tap the side of the ribs. That no one would listen. Big breath, make some sound. Tap the inside of the wrist. I love and accept myself. Exactly as I am. Tap the side of the thumb. Even if part of me's been afraid all this time, and I built my whole personality around this. Big breath, make some sound. Good. If anyone in the back needs shade, there's 2 spots here and 2 spots here, right up by me. Tap your index finger. I love and forgive myself. Exactly as I am. Even if I've been afraid of my own fear. Tap your middle finger, tuning into your fear. Now do it. It's a child's fear, is it not? Or a teenager's fear, a young adult's fear? Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I made a decision a long time ago. Because what was happening? What was happening back then that made you decide that this was a scary thing for you? So if you can remember, tap your little finger. Get vivid with that memory. Who was involved? Where did you learn to shut down your ability to tune in to who you are and what you came here to do? I picked this up from who or what? Tap the side of the hand. I picked this up from? Say who or what? Tap the top of the head. I picked this up from? Big breath, make some sound. Tapping the eyebrows. Even though I picked this up from, tune in and see who you picked it up from. Was this the way your dad was? Or your mother? Did somebody say, I'm not going to do what I really want to do. I'm just going to do what I think I have to do? Yes. Tap the cheeks. I've been taught to avoid what I really want to do. Or to minimize it. To treat it as laughable. Instead of sacred. Tap under the lips. Big breath. Tap the chest. I was taught this through the example of who? Tap the front of the ribs. I forgive myself for feeling trapped by this. Big breath, make some sound. Good. Tap the inside of the wrist. I forgive myself for feeling trapped by this? Holding back because who held back? Good. Tap the side of your thumb. I'm afraid if I stop holding back, that I'll lose love and connection. Tap your index finger. This fear. Whose love and connection are you secretly afraid you're going to lose if you stop holding back who you really are? Blurt it out. 1, 2, 3. Can we hear from the back row too? Ready? Afraid of losing love. From? One more time with feeling. I'm afraid of losing love and connection with. Beautiful. Breathe and make some noise. Oh yeah. There it is. Tap your middle finger. I'm up for releasing this fear now. I refuse to be bullied by this. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Even if I lose connection and love. With what or who? Ready? With. I'm still worthy of love. And I'm still activating my true purpose. Tap your little finger and be brave. Tap the side of your hand. Even if they laugh at me, reject me, don't understand me, I love and respect myself. Tap the top of your head and breathe. Back of the head, releasing this anxiety that I'll lose connection with family, with friends, lovers, community, kids, parents. Tap the eyebrows and breathe. Tap the temples. I'm allowing myself to come into my power. Tap the cheeks, stomach meridian, right here. This is your solar plexus. A lot of people feeling weak in the solar plexus because divine power has to do with how you use that sandwich you ate today. It goes right into your belly. Like, how am I going to use these life force credits that I just got from this food? How am I going to willfully apply my time, my 24 hours today to taking the next step, big or small? Tap under the nose. I'm allowing myself to activate and know my purpose. Tap under the lips, even if I'm still scared. Tap the chest. Even if I'm afraid of failing. Because who in your life modeled this fear of failure to you? Was it school? That you got to do this, this, and this? Was it your parents? Can't do what you love because you probably won't make any money? Was it society saying it's simply not done? Tap the front of the ribs. I'm allowing myself to heal this. For myself, for my own soul. Tap the side of the ribs. For the good of my community. For the good of my community. Allowing myself to heal what's in the way. Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm afraid I'll lose my temper. Lose my focus. Lose my clarity. Tap the side of the thumb and breathe. Tap the index finger. I love and accept myself. I'm allowing myself to refocus. Tap the middle finger, forgiving myself for how long it's taken to get here. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger, releasing any regret about time I've wasted, dragging my heels, resisting the truth. Tap your little finger and forgive yourself. And let yourself feel any grief that comes up. It's like, yeah, okay, here I am. I'm this old already, man. Should have started when I was like 4. Okay? Tap the side of your hand. It's okay.
It's okay.
That this is where I'm at right now. It's okay.
It's okay.
They didn't ask me my divine purpose as a child. They told me. They said, what do you want to be? Not who do you want to be? And where does that person go? Tap the top of the head. I'm asking myself now. Where do I want to go? The universe will help me. As long as I'm listening. Tap the eyebrows. I'm allowing myself to follow my intuition. My dreams. Tap the temple and breathe. Tap the cheeks, allowing myself to follow divine guidance. Even if I don't believe in divine guidance. Tapping under the nose and breathing. Tap under the lips. Even though I'm afraid of following this loving, intuitive voice. Tap the chest. Because I don't always know how to do what it's asking. Tap the front of the ribs. It's okay. I'm allowing myself to figure it out. I'm allowing myself to learn as I go. To learn as I grow. Tap the side of the ribs and breathe. Tap the inside of the wrist. Part of me thinks I need a plan. I want all the details in advance. I want to know how it's going to work out, how long it's going to take, how much money it's going to cost, and the names of everyone involved. Yes, big breath. Oh, so busted. Tap the side of your thumb. I want a list. I want the details. And then I'll decide if I'm up for it. Does anything in life work like that? Did you figure out the whole Burning Man thing and who you were going to camp with and the food you were going to eat and how much it was going to cost before you decided to get your ticket? Did you just say, I'm getting a ticket, and then I'm winging the rest of it? And has it worked out more brilliantly than you thought it could? Yes. So is it possible your divine purpose is just like this?
Yes.
That you're going to throw yourself in with both feet and your full heart.
Yes.
And you're going to wing it until you make it.
Yes.
That's what happened to me. And tap your middle finger, and you're going to grow and grow as you go, right? Have you grown from having to wing it?
Yes.
Have you learned things you didn't think you could do?
Yes.
Yes. And was that fun and inspiring?
Yes.
So is it possible that your divine purpose will also be fun and inspiring?
Yes.
Challenge you in a growthful way? Yes. And is actually something that motivates and inspires you?
Yes.
Tap the little finger. Is it possible if you were motivated by love that you would work harder than if you were motivated by fear?
Yes.
Right. So if your motivation has to do, if your divine purpose has something to do with love, raise your hand if you think your divine purpose has something to do with love. Everybody's raising their hand. Look around. Check that out. All right. So you're motivated by love. So does that make hard work way more fun because it's for love?
Yes.
Yes. Tap the side of the hand. I'm motivated by love. I came here to be part of Team Love. I'm inspired. And I allow myself to be motivated and supported by this great love. Tap the top of the head and breathe. I'm willing to release anything in the way. My ego, my habits, my identity, my my attitudes. Tap the eyebrows so I can fulfill this great love. Tap the temples and breathe. Tap the cheeks. This love is here to grow me. Tap under the nose. So think about this for a minute. Have you ever been in love and been able to do like heroic things that you couldn't have done if you were just being paid for it? Like stay up all night and drive across to get to Burning Man, or to do some amazing thing that you didn't need sleep anymore because you felt so much love? Yes. Your divine purpose is funded like that. Funded, capital F-U-N. So yes, it will be the hardest thing you ever did, which is why it will be so incredibly satisfying when you're done. And why it will make such a big contribution. And why it will mature you and finish growing you up to your full capacity. And yes, you will have to learn to do things you never wanted to learn how to do. I've had to learn how to be a technological goddess so that I could talk to people and love them and give them ways to love themselves. So I've had to learn how to use computers and all kinds of weird, interesting, internet-y stuff. And fundraise. Oh, geez. Never thought I could be a fundraiser. I raised $250,000 by saying I have a vision and I'm not getting off of it. How does that sound to you? And they're like, here's a check for 30 grand. Wow. Let me know how it goes. And then I said, can I have a few or 6 or 10 more of those, please? I said, yes. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm allowing myself to heal this. Tap the side of the ribs, even if I'm terrified of facilitating the flow of love on planet Earth. That's my purpose. And I'm doing it in this unique way. And connecting with others like me, who get it like I get it. And see the need. And feel the desire. Tap the side of the thumb. Big breath, make some sound. So just listening again, keep tapping your thumb. So, when you're collaborating with others who get it like you do, feel the need and see the desire, is it more fun? Even if it's like cleaning out a porta potty? Even if it's like slaving over a hot kitchen at Burning Man, making food for hours when you'd rather be out flirting and riding your bike around? It's way more fun when you have others who love the same type of thing and see and understand the vision and can contribute their unique skills, right? So is it possible if you hold your dream precious and you breathe life into it and you keep extracting fear and replacing it with love, that you too will collect others who look up to you like, wow, you're on fire. How can I get some of that heat on me? I want to sparkle me up. I'm going to stand next to you. Here's something I've got. I've got these rubber bands. That's going to help. I got a bungee cord. I got some super glue. I got a way of designing websites. I got millions of dollars. What should we do with it? Great. I know exactly what to do with it. Tap your index finger. I'm clearing my fear so I can activate this flow of love. Tap the middle finger. This is for myself and my people. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger and breathe. I'm releasing the idea that it has to be scary. Tap the little finger. I refuse to be bullied by my fear. Tap the side of your hand. Say that 3 times really loud. Make some sound. Yes. Yes. Tap your chest and breathe. All right, now we're getting somewhere. I'm bringing myself back to life. No matter what what it takes. Even if it makes me shake and cry. So what? So be it. We're going this way. Big breath, make some sound. At the top of the head. I'm releasing any remaining anxiety about this. This remaining anxiety. Tapping all over your head. Do a search function looking for remaining anxiety about divine purpose. Breathe, relax towards it with compassion. Don't judge it. Hang out with it the same way you would hang out with an anxious child who wasn't sure they could learn to ride a bicycle. Because that's all it is. Just haven't done it, so I'm not sure I can. Tap the sides of the head, the back of the head. Breathe. Relaxing towards that anxiety again with compassion. Tap the eyebrows. It's safe to feel this anxiety. Tap the temples. I don't have to feel calm the whole time. Tap the cheeks. It might be boring if I just glided right through it. Right? Are you guys here for like an epic adventure? On the planet, that this is part of what you signed up, like, and make it really like challenging and epic and like, oh my God, they almost didn't make it, but then they did. Right? Because that's a movie. It's just like, yeah, the hero pretty much had everything he needed, and it was not a big deal, and just walked through it, asked the dragon to please stop blowing flames on the townspeople, and it was agreed, and it was fine. Right? It was like, let's work on that plot. Right? So we have some challenges, but it actually makes it more exciting and interesting and a better story. Tap the chest. I'm allowing myself this hero's adventure. This heroine's adventure. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm allowing myself to be the author of my destiny. Tap the side of the ribs. Downloading who I am from source. Listening to spirit. Tap the inside of the wrist. How many people here meditate on any kind of regular basis? Awesome. The rest of you, I'd like to see those hands go up next year or tomorrow. Because if you don't hang out with the field of information, which is where your soul is downloading from into you, you won't get the facts that you need for tomorrow's to-dos and today's intuitive chance encounters and making the right connection, asking the right question, bumping into the right person. So that's one way that you're sabotaging yourself from knowing, is by avoiding hanging out with the place that knows. Tap the index finger. What do you think you have better to do on this earth than direct your course and fully carry it out? Is there anything that you think is like way better than that? No. And finding like the merry pranksters to go with you, right? Tap the middle finger, and here we are. Many of these people from this group right here will be your allies if you can get the courage to stand up and say what you're here for. They'll say, I got one of those and 3 of these, and I know the other person who's got that last thing that you need. But you got to open your mouth, and you got to stand with clear eyes saying, I'm going there even if this sounds crazy, and even if nobody wants to go with me. And that's how I came to this stage, from sitting out in the dirt, shaking and crying, saying domes be filled, and going, I'm supposed to be filling those domes. Until I had the courage to stand here and say this, and wear whatever the heck I want to be wearing, doing it. Tap the bottom of your 4th finger. I'm allowing myself to face my fears. And gain the new skills I don't have yet. Tap the little finger. I'm figuring this out as I go. Tap the side of the hand, even if it's shaky and scary. And I'm not sure. I'm allowing myself to listen and learn. Coachable by source. Big breath, make some sound. Tapping the top of your head. Let me ask you this. If you were the divine creator being and you had a bunch of beautiful children, would you inspire them and then kind of laugh and be like, haha, but it's impossible? No. You'd only inspire them and be like, of course it's possible. I put that inspiration in you, so there's a way to track this. And if you're a yes to it, I'm going to help you out and get you moving. And if you'll keep facing your fear and go through that gauntlet of gargoyles that stands between you and the cool kids on the other side of that gate who are already doing it, and you kiss each of those gargoyles on the lips going, thank you so much for trying to protect me, shame. Thank you so much, fear. Oh, I love you, embarrassment. So kind of you to show up and try to save my face. Tap the eyebrows and you learn to get down like that. Those gargoyles have to let you through because they don't have physical power over you. They can only lie to you. They can't actually reach out and physically stop you. They can only tell you your greatest fears. Tap into your nose. And when you learn to do that, the divine's like, great, you just passed the test. You graduate. You get to play with the big kids over here now. Tap the chest and breathe. Because that's how anyone who gets anything done, whether it's a family or a community or a beautiful permaculture garden or a Burning Man camp, does it. Tap the front of the ribs. Even though I've imagined it to be really hard and take a long time, I'm activating it now. Tap the side of the ribs. I know that it has something to do with love and what else? Tap the inside of the wrist. And I'm going to hang out with this burning desire inside me until I find a way to fulfill it. Using everything I've got. Bringing the people with me. Standing for truth. Beauty. Love. Holding it sacred. Resurrecting my people. Resurrecting my planet. Throwing down for it. I'm in. I'm on. I'm on fire. Throw your hands up. Whoa! Very good. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Hi everyone, it's Sonya Sophia. Thank you so much for tapping along with me watching this video. I hope it helps you. And I've got something else to share with you that you might love to do. If you like tapping and you're curious about how your subconscious really works and you're interested to learn more about your meridians and see all that energy moving inside you, I put together a free EFT mini course. It's about 3 hours worth of education on this process and the brain and all these inspiring things that I'd love to share with you so that you can take this process for yourself further and deeper. So if you're interested in signing up, it's easy. There's no strings attached. Just click the link below and you're in. I'll be seeing your comments and interacting with you and helping you continue to grow and blossom. Thank you so much for your time. I love you.